Hey there, Shante Grant here, creator of the Best Today Guide, owner of the Best Today brand, where we equip women with resources to be proactive and intentional with your time. Today, I want to show you how I use the Best Today Guide to preview my week every single week, which is the first step in the 3-step Best Today process. So come along with me. Let's open up the Best Today Guide, and I'm going to show you how I preview my week every single week. Let's get started. So here I am. I have my clear my mind, previewing my week. Usually I start with writing out what the week's going to be. So let's go on and just do like next week. Next week is going to be the week of March 29th. I put whatever that Monday is going to be. That's how I do it because the Monday's there. March 29th. And then I will already have started thinking through, for me, like, what am I primarily focused on? Usually this is about work. There are a few times where I have like a specific focus at home, but let's say I did, they could be things like if we're working on a project like getting a room painted. So making sure the room is clear. I'm making sure the room is clear, ready to be painted. It could be something like, getting the final details ready for a birthday party. Like if those kind of things, then life would go here. But typically for me, I am writing things related to work here. So next week, one of my focuses will be, let's say if my focus next week is to get all of my YouTube videos edited. So I may put, focusing on editing YouTube videos. Oh, actually, I know one thing that we are focused on next week is our Q2 meeting and prepping for that for my team, okay? So by Friday, let's say I wanna say, okay, by Friday, I wanna make sure these two don't always have to relate, but a lot of times you'll find they do relate because this is what I'm focused on and this is something I wanna have done. So let's say by Friday, I want to have edited 10 of the videos and I want to have reviewed, I should write a little bit better, shouldn't I? Reviewed my assistant's notes from our Q2 meeting so that I can have gone over those. So those are the two things I'm going to give myself. I recommend no more than 2 things over here. That doesn't mean by Friday you wouldn't have done other things, but for me, it's like these are the 2 most important things. And what that does is when and if life happens, I can go back and say, okay, as long as I do these 2, these are the most important things that were important, because this week my focus was all about editing YouTube videos and making sure everything was ready for our Q2 meeting. So then let's go to the week. Wednesday and then what I do is I pull up my calendar, which I keep on my laptop. Any electronic device. My assistant actually keeps my calendar for me for personal, business, all together, like all things are in one place. So I would go pull that up. I would also sometimes I'll pull out my phone. I can pull it up on my phone also and get the dates. Once I get those dates, I can then add them on here. So I'll pull out whatever it is I need at the time. So whether that's my, my phone or my computer, but I'll look at the dates and I'll say, okay, well, Tuesday, I know we always have at 9 a.m. a team meeting. And then that's 1 hour. But on Wednesday is our quarter meeting, and that is an all-day meeting. Q2 meeting, team meeting, and I'm right, team meeting. I know on Thursday, so basically I would use this and I would write down the things that are specific dates, like things I know I have to do and have to be at a certain time. This is First Thursdays at 1:30. We always have our meetings for the Best Today membership. So I'll put 1:30 membership. This is our focus first call for the month. And also on this day, I know on the 31st, we are beginning the new curriculum is going to be in here. So I might write that down, but I'm actually not going to write that down right now because I'll wait until we get to actual Wednesday and write that down. I might put something over here that has to do with that. So these are the things I know that are happening at specific times. At 9 o'clock, and at 1:30. Another thing I usually write down, I have calls with friends 2 days a week. And so I'll put to remind myself that those always happen. They're also on my calendar. And so I'll be like, okay, I know I have call here and I call here. So the things I like to put first are where I have a specific time, because I know someone at that time is going to be looking for me, my team, the membership, my friends. Other things that I might include in here, and it varies by the week. I may go in and put what the meals are for the week. I plan my meals on Friday. I'll create a video showing you how I do that using our Best Today meal planning notepad. But I plan our meals, but I don't necessarily say what day each meal will be. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't, because I don't know if we'll run out, or sometimes they'll eat a lot and we don't have leftovers. So that does vary. But I can tell you that there's another thing that you can put on here, your meals. What I usually do are write out my workouts from my Peloton app. So I'll go in here and let's say, I know Monday is usually a full body workout, and I usually put it at the bottom, like, okay, that's gonna be a full body workout. Tuesday is usually yoga. Wednesday is cardio, so that's usually when I go for a run. And then I do a long stretch. Thursday is usually lower body. And I'll go in and I can actually go into my app. I use the Peloton app, and I'll put those in, and then this is usually upper body. I'll write those down here. Saturday is usually yoga and a run. And Sunday is usually a run, full body, and then yoga is optional. All of these include a stretch. So I will come in and do that, like just to remind myself what I have. I'll do that from time to time. But really, that's giving me a preview of what's happening my week. If something really big was due, I would also maybe make note of that. But that's typically what mine looks like, depending on what I have. It's very rare for me to have something all 3 days. This is actually rare. But because it's right at the end of a quarter, beginning of a quarter, we have that quarter meeting. We always have a team meeting at 9. And this is my space now throughout the week to come back to and write out my distractions. So now I'm ready to go over here, and I'm like, okay, knowing what's coming up over here, what are the things I want to consider over here? And I might flip this at this point and say, okay, we have that Q2 meeting. I need to work on finalizing my agenda. So I, at some point, need to finalize. Well, the agenda is actually going to be finalized by then. So what I might say is like review agenda. Like, what else do I need to do for the meeting? Oh, I might have remembered. Oh, I also wanted to ask such and such to do this. So I'll just start writing out the things based on what I see that I have coming up. Like, I'm using that based on what I know I have coming up. I'll also remind myself, like I said, so the Best Today curriculum over in the community is coming out. Best Today curriculum. I may remind myself, let's send an email about that. Again, usually by this time, this is already planned, but I'm just giving you an example of kind of how I think through. Send email on 3:30 as a reminder. What else might be on my mind? Anything, but really I wrote over here whatever comes to my mind after I've thought through, okay, this is what's coming up this week. Sometimes, I would say 75% of the time I start on this side and then come over here. 25% of the time, I'm like, I have so much on my mind, I got to get it all out, and then I'll come over here. But I do all of this at the same time. It's all in one sitting, usually on Sunday. Sometimes I do it on Saturday if we have just a big open space. My son's taking a nap, my daughter's doing something, and it's quiet. I might come on and just do it then, and then I'll review it on Sunday because I still want to have at top of mind what the week looks like. So yeah, I'll come over here, I'll jot things down over here, and that is kind of just previewing my week. So now I know, okay, this week we have these things called, and I might even say, okay, if editing my video is really important, then I need to make sure that I make space. So this day is pretty much full, right? Because this is going to be a long team meeting. So what I might do is say right after that team meeting, I'm blocking this out for editing video. And I might say Thursday all morning, I'm editing video. And that'll tell me when I get to that day, I may say, okay, I'm only making big blocks of space for the editing video because that's my focus this week. And then I might leave a little space for some other things, but this is my focus. So I might write that down to remind myself when I come to that day to plan, this is what you said you need to focus on, because this day you'll be focusing on this. And then I might even remind myself here, you know, you need to review the notes from the Q2 meeting, or I might put that over here because I said that's something that I was going to do by Friday. And so I might even just write down like review Q2 meeting notes. I may have space and do it here, but I'll just remind myself that needs to be done by here. And so for me now, I have an overview of what my week looks and feels like. And that's also going to help me when I'm in my day-to-day each day, thinking about, okay, what do I need for my mental health? This week feels like we have a lot going on. We've got 2 big meetings. We've got a membership. We've got a thing that's starting. I'm trying to edit videos. What do I need to create space? What do I need for myself this week? Knowing this helps you now better prepare yourself in your days, because now you know what the week is going to look and feel like, and what you might need more space than normal. Or you're like, oh, I got a lot of space this week. Let me fit in this. Or is there something that I know we have a fuller week coming up? Can I take some things from that fuller week coming up in 2 weeks and do that? And how I would know that is that's when I pull in from my monthly calendar, which I use the Best Today monthly calendar, of course. I can look ahead on my monthly calendar and say, okay, now this week might feel really light, but what I know is 2 weeks from now it's going to be really full. Is there anything from that 2 weeks that's coming up in 2 weeks I can go in and pull into this lighter week? You know, so really getting, this is all a part of the journey of being proactive, being able to see what's coming up ahead and preparing for it. And that is how I use the clear my mind space, preview my week space, to be my best one today at a time. And the step 1 of previewing my week. Again, I do this either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, but I always review it on Sunday night, regardless of when I did it. So I hope that was helpful. I'm back again. I know one thing I forgot to say that I always do when I am doing my preview my week, I flip back in my Best Today guide and I look at the distraction box from last week to make sure there's nothing, and my clear your mind from last week to make sure that there is nothing that was written down for a distraction or something I was supposed to come back to, and make sure if it's something that needed to be put into this week, I put it back into this week. I'll write that down here, or I'll carry it over by putting it over here in the clear my mind box. So that is one thing I forgot to mention. I always start by looking at my online calendar, but also flipping back to the last week's clear your mind page and no more distraction box, and make sure I clear those out and address those as needed. Now, I'm for real done this time, but I wanted to make sure I shared that I do that too. That's really important, so that like next week I can go back if I have anything in my no distractions box and address it. The whole point of the no distractions box is so that you can get it out of your mind, write it down somewhere, but stay focused on what your focus is for the week. But then you come back and address it either at the end of the day or at the end of the week. So I do go back and reference last week's clear your mind and no distractions box. So there you have it. That is how I preview my week every single week. And you can too. To learn more about the Best Today Guide and to order yours, visit besttodayguide.com. That's besttodayguide.com. And remember that every order of the Best Today Guide gives you your first month free in our Best Today membership. I hope to see you over there. If you have any questions, please let us know below in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any videos that we share in the future. Hey, have you downloaded the Best Today Planning Manual? Inside, I'm teaching you how to think differently about planning, what planning is and what it is not, and the crucial thing that stands in the way between you and having effective planning, particularly when it comes to planning your day. In fact, I give you a checklist for exactly how to plan out your day every single day so that you can be proactive and intentional with your time. You can download it right now for free at besttodayguide.com/plan. That's besttodayguide.com/plan, which I've also linked below. Get yours today at besttodayguide.com/plan, the Best Today Planning Manual.